Hello, my name is Doris Johnson, and this is my capstone project for Herzing University, Madison. I'm doing my capstone on the Wisconsin Work Program and the reporting requirements it puts on nonprofits. First, let's talk about some of the available programs of the W-2 program. There is emergency assistance, which helps those that are on the verge of being evicted or those that are already homeless find or keep their home so don't end up homeless or staying homeless. Then there are also job access loans, which are loans that are given to people in the W-2 program that help them keep or get a job. Next, we have the Refugee Cash Assistance Program, which is temporary help financially for new refugees for the first 8 months that they enter into the United States. Some more programs are emergency payments, which is strictly for people who just qualified for the W-2 program and have not received their first payment that are in dire need of financial help. The main parts of the W-2 program is to get people who are unemployable better employed and help them stay employed. So child care also follows into this program so people can either keep their job or help them find a job. And then for those people who do not have transportation or are financially strapped and cannot afford to put gas in their vehicles, there are programs that offer the bus passes or gas vouchers for participating vendors to put gas in their vehicle. And last, there is also an education and training program that helps those that may not have completed their high school degree or want to further their education by paying some of their tuition and book expenses. Now, to go on to discuss some of the W-2 reporting requirements put on by the state of Wisconsin on nonprofits, it is important that all purchases be necessary and reasonable, be allocable, be authorized, and be in conformance with the W-2 reporting requirements. Those purchases must also be consistent, be accorded consistent treatment, and be determined in accordance. And they must be net of all applicable credits. What some of this is saying is that there has to be proof that these purchases are necessary to run the program and to help the participants. And once all purchases have been paid for by any other processes that can put money towards that purchase, only that net remaining amount can be charged to the program. Next, we have some of the federal reporting requirements, such as the OMB Circular A-122, which is the cost principles for nonprofit organizations. The OMB federal circulars trump any requirements that are put on by the company or the state when it comes to being reasonable and allocable. Purchases must also conform to any limitations or exclusions, be consistent with policies and procedures, and again be accorded consistent treatment. OMB Circular A-122 also requires that purchases be determined in accordance with the generally accepted accounting principles and not be included in other federally financed programs, which means that only one program will be paying for this purchase instead of it being paid multiply by different programs. And all purchases must be adequately documented. And what that means is that receipts must show all the purchases, break it down, and the reason why the purchase is being made must be listed, and the participant that the purchase goes to. Next, the circular that affects nonprofit organizations is OMB Circular A-133, which is the compliance supplement. This mainly deals with auditors and what auditors must do for the audit process of the nonprofit. One of the main concerns that an auditor must make sure is that the nonprofit maintains internal control for all federal programs and comply with laws, regulations, and provisions and prepare that there's been appropriate preparation of financial statements. The internal control are things as simple as for purchase orders, having one person request it and having somebody else approve it, and having dollar limitations on as to who can approve it, such as putting higher amounts that only someone like the chief financial officer or chief executive officer is only allowed to approve. And in the accounting department, internal controls are extremely important. Having one person enter the purchase orders, but is not able to approve or request purchase orders, and having someone else verify that the information of the purchase orders was entered in properly. And then once the checks are cut, having somebody other than the person who cut the checks verify that nothing has been changed to make sure that everything has been verified and rechecked. And it is also important that it is assured that the required single audits are properly performed and submitted when due. A lot of times, grant programs, the agency will do their own audit, and then a nonprofit also has their main audit that's done yearly. And it is also important that the nonprofit follow up and take correction actions on any audit findings and suggestions of changes that the company needs to make to better stay in compliance with all of the rules and regulations. And this ends my presentation of nonprofit requirements.